Yeah, that's perfect. Wonderful Wednesday. How's everyone feeling? Is this microphone on? Can you hear me? Hold on. I got backup. Can you hear me now? How's everyone doing? Yeah, gotta have the gold mic for a gold speaker. Oh my goodness. So I'm here to serve you and support you, and I'm excited to be here on this wonderful Wednesday. This is going to be interactive. It's not going to be a lecture. You will not be taking a siesta. I know that everyone had that good lunch, but we're going to fill you up with some sales knowledge. But we're going to get started. I want you to think about this word bold. And I want you to turn to your neighbor and talk about, very briefly, what comes to mind when you think about this word bold? What actions describe the word bold? You've got 60 seconds. We'll take 60 seconds.
Just bold.
I gotta move around. I think of hot sauce.
Hot sauce, okay, yeah. All right, I love the great conversations. I saw the twinkle in your eye. Let's go ahead and turn it in the back to our VIP. And your name is?
Phyllis Brown.
Phyllis Brown. PB, where are you from, Phyllis?
Originally from Chicago.
From Chicago. Very nice. What comes to mind when you think about bold, Phyllis?
Assertive.
Tell me more. Assertive.
Being assertive, standing out, being very descriptive, being one of the only.
One of the only, assertive.
Yes.
I love that.
Attention grabber.
Attention grabber. When was the last time that you exhibited some bold actions?
Yesterday, as a matter of fact, checking in, meeting some individual women who stood out and they had some issues, and I jumped on board and gave them some little nuggets to help them.
I love it. Let's give a round of applause for Phyllis for being bold. Here's a copy of my book, Jolt, to get you zapped into intentionality, to rediscover and believe in your inner greatness. Now, I'm a big believer that when you're committed, and I'm a wordsmith, when you're committed, you move and you shake in a whole different way. I'm going to say it a little bit louder for the people in the back. When you're committed, the key word there is committed, you move and you shake in a whole different way. So my question for you right now is, how are you moving when it comes to your sales? If you're an entrepreneur, raise your hand. Any entrepreneurs in the house? Okay, if you're a sales professional, raise your hand. Houston, we got a problem. I don't think they heard me. Shoot, I got the rose gold mic. Don't test me. I'm a pro. If you're a sales professional, raise your hand. Okay, now, yeah, you were like, what you talking about, Willis? So some of y'all were like, who's Willis and what is he talking about? It's all good in the hood. How are you moving when it comes to sales? And then I want to know, how are you shaking when it comes to LinkedIn? We're going to talk about sales and LinkedIn. They call me LinkedIn Larry for a reason. I get 92% of my business inbound from LinkedIn. Yeah, inbound from LinkedIn. The fish are jumping in my ship. Who would like some of that action? Yeah, I thought so. It's out there. It's out there if you want it. So essentially, when you're committed, you move and you shake in a whole different way. We're going to move and shake quickly. I talk fast. I'm going to slow down a little bit, but you better buckle up your seatbelts. They call me the CEO for a reason. We're going to get this thing rocking and rolling. I'm here to motivate. Yes. I'm here to inspire. Yes. But let's keep it real. Motivation, inspiration, it comes and it goes. I was motivated to go to the gym yesterday. Today, not so much. My goal is transformation. Larry, what does that mean? It means that when you leave these doors at the end of today, I want you to transform your mind, your thought process, and most importantly, I want you to transform your actions. What do you actually do? Because if you leave here and you keep doing the same thing that you've been doing, I'm not Merriam-Webster, but I think they call that, thank you, someone's awake, insanity. So let's go ahead and transform. And I've got some goodies for y'all playing along. Now, I'm a big believer that storytelling is story selling. So let me tell you a story, and this is why I'm super excited to be here. If you look at my LinkedIn, last week I talked about it. I grew up in VA medical centers. My father was director of recreational therapy. We lived in Nebraska, Illinois, Alabama, Coatesville, Pennsylvania, where they put me in speech classes. They said, "How old are you, little Larry?" I said, "I'm 4." They said, "For what?" I said, "I'm 4 years old." They said, heck to the nah, you can't talk like that here. You're gonna get teased out of the school. But it made me who I am. It allowed me to enunciate my words, taking those speech classes. I now reside in Durham, North Carolina, Larry Long Jr., Chief Energy Officer. I speak for a living. I travel around the globe. I'm taking my family with me to an engagement in Portugal in 2 weeks, going to Australia, never been, in the middle of March, and speaking in Scotland, taking the golf clubs. I don't know if Ray told you or if Christy told you, Tiger Woods is my cousin. Y'all see the resemblance? It ain't a joke. Y'all see the, yeah, he's my long lost cousin. They call me Larry, hit it in the woods. Oh, wow, tough crowd, tough crowd. God, I guess I got to go back to the drawing board on that one. But it says I got to smile for a mile. I am having so much fun. I'm the proud husband to Maria Long. We just celebrated our 20th anniversary yesterday. Hey, pray for me. I've got 2 kids. I think we got my son, Trey. He's 6'3", towers over me. I guess the milkman had some height. And my daughter, okay, all right, I guess that one worked. I appreciate it. And my beautiful daughter, Lucia, loved the golf, played baseball at University of Maryland, go Terps. And I enjoy supporting entrepreneurs, business owners, and sales professionals. Enough about me. This is about you. How do you define yourself? Obviously, you're not a sales professional. No one's hands went up. How do you define you? I want you to think about it, and you don't need to share it with anyone, but this phrase, I am blank, how do you fill in the blank? Hopefully it's something positive, but I know how it goes, at least for me. I've got this voice, and my coach told me to name it. I call it Cletus. Cletus tells me all the things that I'm not. Who do you think you are, Larry? Speaking to these great DAV Patriot boot camp. You ain't that nice. Larry, who do you think you are writing a book? Yeah, in elementary, middle, and high school, my teachers used to tear up with that red pen. They used to tear up my papers. You're not an author. The word is powerful, and your thoughts are powerful. Now, I told y'all about my journey, about how I moved around, and I used to have a big gap tooth, kind of like Michael Strahan, and I like to smile. And kids let me know about that big gap tooth. But thankfully, I had a praying mom. Every night we would say our prayers, and then she used to make me stand in the middle of the room, hands above my head, and 10 times out loud, I used to have to say, I am somebody. I am somebody. Thank you. So now you got this little 7-year-old walking around with this George Jefferson strut, talking about I am somebody. My parents said, ski, ski, slow down. You're someone to us, but no one else can. But I encourage you to be careful with your words. Now, real quickly, we're going to go back to school, and I'm just going to break it down. Nothing I share with you is going to be groundbreaking. It's really going to be foundational. It's the ABCs. But I'm going to share with you what ABC means to me. The A, on your mark, get set, go. Nothing happens if you don't take action. And I encourage you, don't do it alone. Look to your left, look to your right. You've got plenty of accountability partners to help you. The B is belief. Whether you believe you can or believe you can't, you're right. And I also encourage you to be bold, to be brave, to go out there, give it a try new things, especially when it comes to sales, especially when it comes to LinkedIn. I'm gonna challenge you to do some big things. The C, I'm gonna quadruple click. The C is care. Are you taking care of yourself? I just did my midweek, midday motivational minute. You can check me out on Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook. I did it outside on the patio so that people could see the waves. When I see the waves, it's so relaxing. My topic today was mental health, because mental health is health. We had that conversation earlier. And so often we sweep it under the rug. I appreciate the claps. I'm on the board of WakeMed Foundation in Raleigh, North Carolina, Wake County. We have a $50 million fundraise because mental health is so important, especially within our communities. So care. Make sure you're caring for yourself and for your fellow entrepreneurs with intentionality. Not just talking a good game, but actually doing it. Commitment. Courage. I can keep going with the C words, but we'll keep it moving. I'll give you a few extras. The D is dream. You're here for a reason. I encourage you and I sponsor you to dream. No, dream big. No, not big enough. Dream bigger. I pinch myself every day because you won't believe this. In elementary, middle, and high school, and you're going to be like, no way, Larry. I was the kid who got sent to detention for talking. Oh, I guess y'all can believe it. Yeah, I was that kid. I get paid to serve and to speak across the globe. You talk about a big dream? I'm dreaming big. And I've got even bigger dreams. The E is energy. When you step in the room or the Zoom, you can either bring energy or you can suck the energy out. It's a choice. I encourage you to bring the energy. You see, in the words of the great philosopher, Aristotle, it wasn't Aristotle. The other great philosopher, I think J.J. Walker, my energy is dynamite. You better have your seatbelts on when I step in the room or the Zoom, but that's a choice. Oh, I had to note, that's a good one. The F, and this is the last one. If you don't remember anything that I share with you today, have fun. Life is too short to not have fun. And you better believe I'm going to have fun with everything that I do. That is a choice. Now let's get into it. We're talking about sales. Larry, give me the meat. I got the potatoes. Yeah, we're talking about sales. The great Tony Robbins, and I'm going to paraphrase here. The most successful people ask the toughest questions, therefore they get the best answers. What questions are you asking of yourself, of your business, of your partners, of your clients, of your community, your colleagues, your employees? Are you asking the tough questions or are you taking it easy on yourself? Now I'm getting sweaty up here, so I've got a question for you. I want to know, how do you define this word that we call sales? We're talking about sales, but what's your definition of sales? Someone help me out. How do you define sales?
Lifeblood.
Tell me more, the lifeblood. I like that. What else? Don't all speak at once.
Solving problems.
Oh, a little bit louder for the people in the back.
Solving problems.
I like that. I like that. So we got the lifeblood.
The ability to do the work.
Tell me more.
With money, I can do what I do. Money coming in, I can provide services.
I love it.
Do the things I do.
I love it. What are the things that you do?
Well, I run a nonprofit that has an experiential lab for veterans and spouses.
I love it. What else? We've got the lifeblood. We've got solving problems. We've got ability to do the work with more money. What else?
Capitalizing created value.
Say that one more time.
Capitalizing on created value.
Capitalizing on created value. Okay.
Everything in business starts with a sale.
Everything in biz starts with a sale. Okay. In the back there?
Effective communication. Simple communication.
I'm just joking.
Connecting customers to solutions that solve their problems.
Say that one more time.
Connecting potential customers to solutions that solve their problems.
That's.
Sales relationships.
Ooh. Okay.
Proof of success.
Relationships. Proof of success. I like that. What else?
Trust.
That's powerful right there. Trust. This is good. We're heating up. Let's keep going. What else?
It's a process of exchange.
Ooh, a process of exchange. Tell me more.
You're exchanging goods and services for money.
I like that. I need one more. One more time. Price times quantity sold. Okay, I like the sounds of that. All great answers. Whatever your definition of sales is your definition of sales. There is no wrong definition of sales. Here goes my definition of sales. It's twofold. Number one, I believe that sales is a transfer of energy. You don't have to have the same dynamite energy that I have. I wouldn't wish that upon anyone. But you better have some sort of gumption. You better have some sort of juice, because guess what? People can smell BS from a mile away. If you don't believe in your solution, how is anyone else? Now, number two, anyone familiar with Patty Stanger? Does that name ring a bell? Or am I the only reality TV junkie in here? Patty Stanger. Help me out, y'all. Goodness gracious, I guess I'm the only one. She's like, nope, never heard of her. She's the $1 million matchmaker.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, we got some undercover reality TV gurus. I believe that we're playing matchmaker. To sell is to match your product, your service, your thought, your idea with someone else's needs. Sometimes people don't know what they need. Their wants, their desires, their challenges, their hopes, their dreams, and their aspirations. Now, you see, I partnered with a group called the RAIN Group, and they've done studies. They've actually dug into the data around what separates the most successful sellers from the second place finishers. And let me share with you, it's not even close. Now, I'm gonna go to my notes because this is powerful. I just want y'all to think about exactly what I say. Number one, the most successful sellers, they educated the prospects with new ideas or perspectives. Let's think about it. In the world of Larry GPT, I can find anything that I want at the end of my fingertips. If you can't bring me new ideas and perspectives, I think sweet Georgia Brown said it best, ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Number two, collaborated with me. When I think about sales, I think about being on the same side of the table. I think about being your consultant. It's not me trying to pitch you. And yeah, I appreciate it, Ray. Great pitch, but I want to partner with you. Number two, what people are looking for is collaborated with me. Number three, persuaded me we would achieve the results. Do I believe you? When you say your pitch, do I believe in my heart of hearts that you're going to get me the results that you promised? Number four, it's by design that we, for the most part, have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Why do you think that is? We're supposed to listen 2 times more than we're supposed to talk. And that's coming from the man with a ton of microphones. Shh. Shut up and listen. You might learn instead of spitting all the hot air and regurgitating what you think you know. Number 4 is they listened to me. Number 5, they understood my needs. If you don't understand your prospect's needs and you're not asking questions, uh-oh, Houston, we got a big problem. Number 6, they helped me avoid potential pitfalls. Anyone know what a Sherpa is? And they can save your life. They can help you zig when you might have zagged. Are you being the Sherpa to your prospects and to your clients on a consistent basis? Not every now and again, consistently, that's what they're looking for. Number 7, crafted a compelling solution. Number 8, depicted the purchasing process accurately. Number 9, they connected with me personally, and I think I heard it from the chef. Shout it out again, chef. Relationships for the win. And then number 10, the overall value from the company is superior to other options. Now, I'm curious from y'all, how does that make you feel? When you think about those top 10 attributes of the GOAT sellers, what do you think? Is it spot on? Is the data spot on, or are there some flaws there? Talk to me. What came to mind?
Values.
Values. Tell me more.
Well, I just feel like what you described are your values. And so that your values are aligning also with your customers and you're more on their team and it's a collaborative process.
I love it. I love it. What else? What else came to mind?
I think you said something that's really important. People don't know what they need until they need. And the way you get to those is by, before you sell anything, and this is just my opinion, I take you for a cup of coffee and I listen to you, and you tell me your problems and I then give you the solutions. Then I become, just like you said there, I become your partner. I become your partner in crime. I'm not selling you a product. I've heard you. I give you a solution. We now partners to fix the problem. And that's how I've been successful. By listening, and you're exactly right. 2 ears, 1 mouth, shut it, listen, sell.
That's why they pay you the big bucks. I appreciate it, chef. I see what you got cooking. I need one more. What came to mind as you thought about the top 10?
Tell me what I want. The client. Sit across the table, say, I've had this personally happen to me. They would come in and say, tell me what I want.
I like
From a
that.
subject professional standpoint.
I like that. I like that. So knowing that, my question is, what are you going to do? Are you really committed? Right now, on a scale of 1 to 10, where is your commitment level? Go ahead and write it down. I see a 10 in there. I think I saw someone hold up a 5. Your number is your number. Don't fool. You can try, but you can't fool yourself. You can't fool yourself. Where's your commitment level right now to being the best that you can be each and every day? I think it was the great Michael Jordan, right up the road in Wilmington. He said, every time I step on the court, I'm going to make sure I show up and show out. Because who knows when that kid who's up there in the rafters, who knows if he ever sees me again, he's going to know I'm the greatest of all time. Do you have that same philosophy in your business? Or do you just dial it in some days? I don't feel up for it, Larry. You don't get it. No, I do get it. I've been there before. How committed are you? A good friend of mine who played pro baseball, I just played college baseball at University of Maryland. He trains kids and he says, when it comes to your commitment to be a ball player, are you interested? Kind of dibble-dabbling. Are you committed, moving and shaking, or are you obsessed? Now, I'm not telling you to be obsessed, but I am challenging you to be committed. Check the way that you're moving and you're shaking, especially as we get into sales. Just check it. I can tell you that folks that are obsessed, they normally don't get along with folks that are interested and vice versa. Folks that are interested are like, oh, you take it too serious. Folks that are obsessed are like, ain't nobody got time for your BS. But when you're committed, yeah, you can get some things done. I need your help. I've been talking for too long. Help me out here. We're going to do a little fill in the blank.
Both ways.
Thank you. Are y'all alive? You need to, someone needs to check y'all's polls. That's easy right there. Now we're going to get into some tough stuff. Let's see if we can.
Great.
Whoa. Christy, Ray, what kind of party? What kind of party we got here? I'm glad I'm going to be here with y'all for the next 3 days. Ooh, of course we don't want to drink, but God, man, I see we got a lively crew. I just saw my doctor. Yes, he told me I need to mix in some fruits and vegetables. I got my food back there. I mixed in a salad. You have to let my doctor and my wife know. I've been trying to cut down. I've just been talking trash. Don't talk to... Did someone just say monsters? y'all are a trip. Oh my goodness. For anyone that's flying out, yeah, see something, say something. Now, I gave it away. I met with my doctor and he said, Larry, you need to lose weight. You're 5'0". You weigh too much. He said, you need to cut down on the fried foods. And I told my doctor, I said, hey doc, do you know what time it is? And he said, yes, Larry, it is 12:54. I said, no, doc, do you know what time it is? Now, y'all know what time it is. He didn't find it all too funny. I thought it was hilarious. I said, doc, my relationship with that chicken is complicated. He said, well, Larry, there's no time for bow time. Yes, Bojangles chicken and biscuits. It's off the chain. He said, there's no time for bow time if you want family time. Oof, oof. He said, if you want to see your daughter walk down that aisle, you better make some changes to your diet. I said, so you're telling me that my try it ain't working? Yeah, I'll try that. Yeah, I'll try that too. My wife and I, we were celebrating. She said, I made this cheesecake. You're going to try some of that last night. So I got to go find the gym. Who is it?
Opportunity.
Yeah, oh yeah. They're looking for me. You're giving me flashbacks. Yeah, got me knocked all out of order right here. But opportunity is knocking at our doors. Will you open the door? That is the question. Will you seize the opportunity? Now, I'm not a Latin scholar, but I think they say carpe diem. Yep. What is that? Yeah, I met a guy on Zoom. He said, Larry, he had it tattooed right here. I said, ooh, I don't mess with needles. He said, hold up, it gets worse. He had carpe noctem tattooed on that side. What is that? Yeah, I said, I'm too old to be seizing the night. I'll try to carpe diem, but I can't seize the night. When you're all in, you move and you shake. You do things differently. I'm going to keep harping on that. Now, this is my last fill in the blank. I got to give a shout out to my moms. Yes, mother knows best. And I just saw my mom. This was Christmas and New Year's. And my mom has a saying. This is my mom, Desiree Williams Long. Used to work for the Office of Inspector General, Department of Women's Veterans. I remember tagging along with her to go visit my dad, who was recreational therapy at VA medical centers. But my mom has this saying, and she still calls me Lil Larry. She says, Lil Larry, your actions speak so loud, I can't hear what you're saying. So good. What are your actions saying right now when it comes to being your best at sales and LinkedIn? LinkedIn is a playground for business. Let's go to work. We talked about it earlier. There's so many different ways that we can reach out to people. There's that 500-pound phone, there's email, there's social media, there's in-person, there's conferences, there's billboards. The list goes on and on. My encouragement for you is to find what works best for you and nail it. You don't need to be a buffet. I don't even know if buffets are still around after COVID, but if I want some good fried chicken, I'm not going to the Golden Corral. I'm going to Beasley's Chicken and Waffles in downtown Raleigh. Holla if you hear me. I'm going to Bojangles because that's their specialty. Find your specialty and nail it. For me, it's LinkedIn. I crush LinkedIn. Now, should I do better on my website? Yes. But I'm doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on LinkedIn because it gets me results. I heard us talking about it earlier. What gets measured? Yeah, I can tell that 92% of my business comes from LinkedIn. You better believe it. 45,000 followers, 382 recommendations. I post almost daily. Yeah, I get it in. I get it in. Now, I do want to share this with you really quickly. The best entrepreneurs, the best sales professionals, these are just my top 5. What's your vision? Where are you going and why are you going there? How are you going to get there? What does your business plan look like? Are you adjusting and adapting your business plan? Things are changing. I've been blessed. I did some work with Lenovo. I did some sales training with them. They're a big company, a lot of sales reps. They realize that their business is changing constantly and they've got to iterate and adjust. I can tell you it's been tough for those lifers that have been there 15, 20 years. Why do you do it that way? Because I've always done it that way. And my Steve Harvey Family Feud voice survey says, nah. What's your vision? Number 2. A good colleague of mine, John Barrows, he said, Larry, the cure for almost every sales ailment is a big, robust pipeline. What does your pipeline look like? What does your top of funnel look like right now? If it's light, I can tell you, you're probably feeling a lot of pressure. You're probably feeling, I got to get every deal. When you have a robust pipeline, it flips the script. You're now not coming from a place of desperation. You're coming from a position of power. You need me more than I need you. What you talking about? It changes the whole dynamics. We know this, but knowing ain't doing. What are you doing to fill your funnel, fill your pipeline on a consistent basis? In my world as a speaker, it's a 3-legged stool. I'm either delivering like I am right now, I'm selling and I'm marketing, which right now I'm not selling and marketing. I'm not selling you anything except my ideas, or I'm creating. How do I make sure that I'm selling when I'm delivering? Well, I've got systems in place. I have a virtual professional in the Philippines who's selling for me right now, even when I'm on stage. You got to get creative. You got to stay curious. You're here for a reason. What happens when you leave here? How do you continue to up-level your skills, up-level your game, and those around you, how do you up-level their game? Continue to invest in yourself. These are things that are all basics. Number 5, commit to excellence. Commit to being your best each and every day. Now, this is a sales pipeline. We've all seen it. My wife said, Larry, this is so basic. She's not even in sales. She's like, of course I know this. No one ain't doing. I'm going to ask you a couple questions. Time management. Do you manage your day or does your day manage you? You don't answer it out loud. I hear the groans. I fight it each and every day. Believe you me, I love to go on YouTube. I love to swipe. I get caught in that vortex. You watch one video and now all of a sudden you're watching the other videos. Holla if you hear me. I see the head shaking. What processes do you have in place to make sure that your time is spent on revenue generating activities? I can tell you that for me, shopping on Amazon, checking out SportsCenter, ESPN, that's not revenue generating. It makes me feel good, but it's not generating any revenue. When I pick up that phone, when I have Zoom calls, when I'm connecting with people on LinkedIn, that's my moneymaker right there. What am I doing to prospect? Who's your ICP? Whoa, Larry, you're throwing out some TLAs, some FLAs, 3-letter acronyms, 4-letter acronyms. Who's your ideal customer profile? How do you prospect for them? How do you mine for gold on a consistent basis? Discovery, the power of your questions. Do you have your go-to questions? If not, I'll give you 2. And I borrowed these from Paul Colucci. He was VP of Enterprise Sales for a software company I work for. He said, if you're ever in need of a question, I'll give you 2. Number 1, walk me through your process, ... Walk me through your process of your daily routine. You can't just answer that yes or no. You're going to say, well, I wake up and I look in the mirror. I see that my barber's mad at me. I brush my teeth, get the kids ready. You're now learning, and now you can peel back the onion and ask even more. The second question is, and this is for y'all, what's holding you back? Whew. Whew. That's a mic drop right there. What's holding you back from having great success? I should be a lawyer because I'm asking questions I already know the answer to. Oftentimes, it's that person in the mirror. And I'm speaking to myself because I'm the biggest self-saboteur there is. Larry, what are you doing? I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. You're right. I don't make any sense. Well, what you gonna do? For me, I invest in coaching because my coach doesn't put up with my BS. She says, I hear you talking, Larry, but that's fake news. That's BS that you're talking right there. You can't write a book. Yes, you can. Now, you might not be able to do it alone, but go ahead and surround yourself with people that can support you. Go ahead and get it in. Published my book in 2022. Never would have thunk it. When was the last time you met an author that used the word thunk? I'm just making up words. I'm feeling myself. Demo. Are you able to demonstrate your solutions, and are they pinpointed? Are they a match to the pains, the problems that your prospects are following? It's like going to the doctor. I went to the doctor. He said, I'm the best ankle surgeon in the world. I said, so what? Who cares, doc? I'm talking about my shoulder. I got pain in my shoulder. Did you not hear me? I don't care how good of an ankle surgeon you are. My pain is in my shoulder. And if you ask the question, you would know that I want to be able to play catch with my son before he tries out for the high school baseball team. Now, I hate to report that my son now plays soccer, which I don't know anything about. My wife's from Argentina. Yeah, soccer. Messi got the World Cup. And then the close. And I'm going to say closed won, ding, 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 as well as closed lost. What happens? What's your process when you don't get a deal? Of course, we want to get every deal, but that's not going to happen. I've yet to see someone win every single deal. What's your process? This is all about having a process, ultimately leading to more dollars. I think you're here because you want more dollars. Now, we heard it earlier, and we know this, that people buy from. They refer. They like to work with people that they, KLT, that they know, that they like, that they trust, and that they believe in. We know this, but what's our process for doing it? How do we do that? That's my question. I met a sales guru out of South Florida. His name is Steve Noodleberg. He said, Larry, in my 30 years of entrepreneurship, what I learned is the difference between contacts, people that you know, and contracts, people you do business with. It's the letter R. I need y'all's help. What does that letter R stand for again? A little bit louder. Yeah, relationships. I believe it so much. One of my students had this shirt made, relationships. True, genuine relationships where people can know you. They can like you. They can trust you. They can believe in you. Who's that handsome man up there? Relationships. Now, I believe in relationships, and I can't wait to get to know y'all even more, but I already got the party started. You see, last year I went to Singapore. I had a speaking engagement. I got to bring my wife with me. It was amazing. Now, we didn't get a chance to go across the bridge. What's that country that's next to Singapore? Someone help me out. A little bit louder? What was that? Malaysia. I had the opportunity to chat with Malaysia earlier to learn all about your mental health initiatives. We're hilarious. Yeah, we got it covered. Relationships. I'm not new to this, but it takes intention. I was sitting in the very back. You came by. You wanted to talk to Chef, but you got second best. You got me instead. Close enough. That's my brother from another mother. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I'm in a word of mouth business. I need people talking, not like Will Smith. I need my name in everyone's mouth. Yeah, please keep my name in your mouth. Are y'all in a word of mouth business? Yeah, I thought so. Now you're like, Larry, this all sounds good, but what do I do? I'm glad that you asked. There's a thing called the 3-minute challenge. Before I share it, does anyone do the 3-minute challenge? Yeah, that's a great question. What is? I'm glad. Yeah. Well, it's not a TikTok challenge because we're moving and we're shaking, but not on TikTok like that. If you want to, you can. But essentially, I know that time is of the essence. If I look at your calendar, it's probably back to back to back to back meetings. The 3-minute challenge, you just need 3 minutes. And essentially, every day, I want you to go into your Rolodex. I know some of y'all are like, why is he talking about that fancy watch? Now, that's a Rolex. Your Rolodex, for y'all that don't know, it's just your contacts in your contact list. And all I want you to do is find someone that you haven't been in touch with 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years. Some of y'all aren't old enough, 3 decades. But all I want you to do is surprise and delight them. I just want you to make a relationship deposit. What's your name again?
Jason.
Jason. If you were my surprise and delight, I would probably send you a GIF or a meme. I'd go to my best friend Google or Larry GPT, and I'd send you a funny image that says, do I have to talk? Now you're smiling because we had that conversation. You told me that I was speaking. I said, no, I get nervous speaking. So I'm just going to make a relationship deposit to something that we had, an interaction we had. I'm not asking you for anything. I'm not trying to sell you anything, Jason. I'm just trying to bring a smile to your face. 3-minute challenge. Now, I share this with every one of my audiences, and I can count on one hand and 3 fingers. Actually, I think it's 4 fingers now. How many people do it consistently? I have people tell me all the time, I gave it a try for 1 week, I gave it a try for 3 weeks, and I stopped, and you don't get the value. We all know as entrepreneurs and in life, you get out of it what you put in. I can tell you that I'm an overachiever. I do the 15-minute challenge. Every day, intentionally, I reach out to 5 people just to let them know you're on my mind. I'm not asking them for anything. I'm not doing it because I want something, but I realize that if I'm going to talk about relationships, shouldn't my actions back that up? Who are you going to reach out to? What past colleagues, family members you've fallen out of touch with, partners, folks that you served with, past colleague? I mean, who are you going to reach out to today with intentionality? It takes 3 minutes. The great Maya Angelou says it best, and we've heard this. This quote is overused, but I truly believe it. You already forgot 90% of what I said. Let's keep it real. You probably already forgot what I did, but like the great Maya Angelou said, you'll never forget how I made you feel. Ooh. Ooh. It's powerful. It's powerful. 3-minute challenge. It'll change your life. Give it a try. Give it a try. And if it doesn't change your life, you're going to change someone else's life. Because life be lifing, I think they say. Life is tough. Someone would love to hear from you today, to know that you're thinking about them and that you're there to support them. Any coffee drinkers? Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Now, we all know. What's up, Ray? What you got? What's on your mind?
I'm going to say something about LinkedIn. Something so basic and tactical you take away with what Larry just said is the birthdays. When a birthday notice comes up on your LinkedIn profile, when a birthday notice comes up on a LinkedIn profile, follow up with happy birthday, because everybody else does the same damn thing. Message them directly. I was scrolling LinkedIn today and noticed it was your special day. Wishing you the very best. That's it.
I love it.
Do that every day, and it'll add up over time.
I love it. And I'm going to take Ray and I'm going to double it in a couple of slides. But first things first, Just wondering about your priorities, and we're going to do just a quick post check. I want to make sure I leave at least 10 minutes for Q&A, so we're going to rock and roll. These are my 8 buckets. I call them my 7 Fs, and for y'all spelling bee champions, I think someone saw the spelling error on the slide earlier. You'll probably laugh at the 7th F, and it's my 1 C. So when you think about faith or spirituality, whatever you believe or don't believe, when you think about family, friends, fun, fitness, finances, hey, must be the money. Philanthropy, yeah, I spell phonetically and frenetically, sue me. And career, these are 8 buckets. How do you stack rank those? You don't have to do it right now, but I want to get you thinking. Where are your priorities? And if I looked at your calendar, would it reflect that? I did this with my coach, and she said, yeah, Larry, I hear you talking that number 2 is family, but let's take a look at your calendar. I want you to give yourself a grade now. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest, how are you doing? And I would encourage you, no 7. 7 is that safe zone. Used to be my baseball number, but my coach said, we're going to shake it up a little bit. You got to make a decision. Are you a 6 and you got four opportunity areas for improvement, or are you an 8? With family, I said, what did I say, 8.5, yeah, 9? She said, I hear you talking, Larry, but why don't you ask Maria, your beautiful wife? Why don't you ask your son and your daughter? I said, okay. I knew I was going to get myself in trouble. So I went and asked my son, hey, Trey, how am I doing as a father? He said, Dad, you're a 9. I said, that's my dog. he knows who pays his allowance. That's my dog. My wife said, I love you, baby. Whenever she says that, I know I'm about to get bopped over the head. She said, you're a 7.5. I said, all right, baby, I love you too. We'll round up to an 8. My daughter, little Lucia, she said, Daddy, you're a 5. That ain't funny. Right through the heart. I said, baby girl, why so high? She said, well, you take me to gymnastics every Monday. I do. And the parents are on the 2nd floor. The gymnasts are on the 1st floor. She said, Daddy, whenever I look up, you're looking down. That's my daughter right there, giving me the evil eye, making sure that you got to be at where your feet are at. The power of being present, because I never get that time back. What are your priorities? And if I were to ask your personal trainer, your loved ones, your friends, if I asked them, would their score align with yours? Who is it?
Opportunity.
Yeah. The third part is the opportunity. What will you do? And I just challenge you for your top 3 priorities, whatever they are. What action could you take right now that would elevate you? I encourage you to write it down if you're committed to it. Don't write it down if you're just dibble-dabbling. If you're just interested, it's kind of like those New Year's revolutions, I think they call them, resolutions. I think it's like January 16th is the date that everyone's New Year's resolution gets popped. Don't write it down unless you're committed to it. Remember, when you're committed, you move and you shake in a whole different way. So what action will you take right now? When it comes to sales, when it comes to living life. Because when you know better, you do better. Now, here goes the chapters of my book. Feel free to look it up on Amazon. It was really a book written for myself. I was stuck. I almost called it Unstuck instead of Jolt. But my challenge is, what story are you telling yourself and believing? Oftentimes, we tell a story that's fake news. We try to convince ourselves that, oh, I can't have success because of. Survey says, nah. If you're an entrepreneur, you need to find a way to have success in spite of whatever it is. Control the controllables. Now, is the sky the limit? No, I don't think so. Thank you. You got that right. Yeah, you're afraid of survey says. The only limit is the limit that we put on ourselves. So I want you to think about, today is what, February the 11th? February 11th. February 11th, we're through a month and a half. What lessons have you learned so far this year? What lessons have you earned so far this year, if you know what I mean? Because I wish that life was all rainbow, sunshine, and unicorns, but it's not. Life is a 4-letter word, and I'll make you say some 4-letter words sometimes. My journey line, I'll give you a little peek in. I'm 47 years. I've been living my dash, and there's been some ups, some downs, some highs, some lows, some twists, and some turns, but I've learned each and every step of the way. Moved around the U.S., new friends, adaptability. I heard Chef talk about being flexible. Got to be a chameleon, got to have unique perspective. Played baseball at Maryland. I'm a little dude. I shouldn't be playing baseball in the ACC. That was when Maryland was in the ACC. I'm going to check out my Terps on Friday. They play against UNC Wilmington. I learned that I could overcome anything. With hard work, I can do anything. 5'0", 4-year starter in the ACC. Come on, Cletus. In the words of the great Kevin Garnett, when the Celtics won that championship, anything is possible. Anything is possible. You'll have to Google it. My baseball academy, it failed. I learned that entrepreneurship is tough and not to do it alone. I also learned that I better understand my numbers. I think Chef said, you better know your numbers. This ain't the Shark Tank, but if you don't know your numbers, you're flying blind. Now, I knew numbers, but they were batting averages, stolen bases, and home runs. Those aren't the numbers that are going to allow for a successful business. I heard him say it. Income statement, balance sheet, and statement of cash flows. If you don't know it, you better ask somebody. Ask the tough questions. Ask the dumb questions. My ego didn't let me do that the first time around, but I learned it's not going to happen again. What lessons are you learning? And what are you doing? What actions are you taking in order to make sure that you don't do it again? If you really want to turn up your sales, I encourage you to innovate. I encourage you to do something different when you leave these doors than what you've been doing so far. Now you're like, Larry, what do you mean? I got some examples for you. I do some work with Salesforce. They're actually one of my biggest clients. I think Ray was talking about it earlier. They're a CRM, client relationship management team. They've got a big Salesforce. They're all about sales. What I learned from them is data. Data tells a huge story. I think I saw it with Chef. You held up that piece of paper. Now you can massage the data, but data is going to give you so many great insights. What you gonna do with it? We got data everywhere. Data, data, data. I love data. I love how it informs my decision. Doesn't mean I'm gonna get everything right, no. But it means that I'm not flying blind and just guessing on gut feel. I'm actually using hard data. I think I shared with y'all what the data shared. The top sellers do different from the secondary sellers. Now there was another study that was fascinating. It polled thousands of sales professionals, and I think it was like 73 or 78%. I got to go back, check my Carfax. But 73 or 78% of sales professionals said that they do a great job listening. Okay, I hear you talking, but you ain't saying nothing. Now they asked prospects, what percentage of your sellers listen? 73, 78%? Not even close. 36% of buyers said my sales professional listened. There's a big gap there. You can't fool yourself. What are you doing with the data? I can tell you what I'm doing with the data. I'm putting the mic down and I'm listening so I can learn. I'm asking the tough questions, and then I'm doing something that is very rare for me. It's powerful. LinkedIn, ooh, fitting to get loose. They call me LinkedIn Larry for a reason. You better buckle up right now. If it ain't broke, help me out. What's that saying?
Don't fix it.
No. You know I don't do anything regular. If it ain't broke, break it. Shake it, flip it upside down. We're gonna talk about LinkedIn strategy quickly. I think I've got 3 minutes and then we're gonna open up the QA. What's your strategy on LinkedIn? Do you have a strategy? If not, I think they said that if you wanted shade, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, and the second best time was 19 years ago. I'm just messing. The third best time is right now. Let's go ahead and plant that tree right now. So here goes my LinkedIn strategy. It's a 5-point strategy. We'll go through it. Document your plan. Plan on a page. Who do you want to reach? Why do you want to reach them? What do you want to reach them with? What's your messaging? How do you want to connect with them? How do you want to establish those relationships? Optimize your profile. If you go to my LinkedIn, you'll see that that's not my profile anymore. That's old school right there. I'm always innovating. I think they call it curb appeal. When you sell a house, it's curb appeal. Well, when you're sleeping, people are looking at your LinkedIn and they're making judgments based on the look and the information in your LinkedIn. Act like it. Join the discussion. I feel like I'm at a family reunion right now. Get in there. Yeah. Get in the discussion. It's happening in your respective industries. Get in there. I think the Washington Post used to have a tagline. If you don't get it, you don't get it. That's deep right there. If you're not in there, you're not in there. Now, I encourage you to get in the discussion, but start the discussion. What you talking about, Willis? Share your point of view. Share your insights. You're going to find your crowd. I'm not for everyone. If you're for everyone, you're for no one. For people that are serious, they don't mess with me. They're like, he smiles too much. He's got too many mics. He's got all his props. He's joking around. That's okay. The people who mind, for me, they don't matter. And the people who matter, they don't mind. Watch out now. Publish your content and then partner. Don't do it alone. Entrepreneurship wasn't meant to be a lone journey, yet so many people do it. So as we get ready to land the plane, I just want you to think about, what is your plan? If you need help with it, go to ChatGPT. If you need more help, go to Larry GPT. I'm here to help you. Number 2, optimize your profile. What is your curb appeal? Number 3, get in there. Join the discussion. It's happening. It's kind of like when we go to the event tonight. There's going to be pods of y'all talking with each other. I'm going to get in there and get in the conversation. What y'all talking about? Can I get in? Can I learn something? Can I share my point of view? I'm not even going to wait for you to make a pod. I'm going to have my own pod. Come on, I'm going to have my own tribe called Quest. Shoot, publish your original content. Had to slip that in there. Come on now. And then we're going to partner. Now, we didn't come this far just to come this far. I got some bonuses for you. Yeah, okay, well, I got some bonuses for you on the next slide. I'm sorry. Ooh, here we go. Yep, bonuses. Thank you. Number 1, I do an email newsletter. And I just looked at the numbers. I have more subscribers on my LinkedIn newsletter that I just repurposed. I have like 6,100 subscribers to my weekly newsletter. That means they're consuming my content, my point of view. Now, I told you about that voice Cletus. You ain't got nothing to talk about, Larry. What you talking about, Willis? Well, obviously 6,000 people believe I do. I'm the expert. Am I really? I think so. I think I've earned it. The market is telling me yes. If you have an email newsletter, repurpose it on LinkedIn's platform. If you don't have an email newsletter, start today. It doesn't have to be long. Well, what do I write about? What's on your mind? In your business, in your industry, what are the top 3 things that people should be thinking about right now on February 11th? There goes a newsletter right there. What's on the horizon in Q2? If you're planning for Q2, your clients and prospects, what benefits are they getting out of you? There it is. Data. I know for me, my best performing posts, I need everyone to stand up. We're going to do this interactive. Everyone stand up, please. Yep. Now I need you to put a smile on your face, act like you're having a good time, because this is my best performing post when I got smiling crowds. We're going to get this side first. We got 3 seconds. Say cheese. All right, now we got to get this side. Say cheese. I've done the data. That's going to be an off the chain. You can have a seat now. I appreciate y'all for playing along. That's going to be a bomb post right there because people need that energy in their life. That's what they're looking for. And then next level connection. So I love what Ray shared, the birthday post. But I'm going to take it up another level. When you send someone a post, it's easy to write, happy birthday. We're going to the next level. Why not send a video? Here goes my video. When people engage, I post almost daily. You'll see in a few slides. Here goes my post. I put it on selfie video. I hit record, and this is exactly what I say. Hold on, can you hear me now? Is my microphone on? Wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. Thank you so much for engaging on my post about mental health. That means the world to me. I'm a big believer that mental health is health. Thank you. Now, I couldn't help but see that your company has an annual kickoff, and the theme is Jolt. I think that we might need to have a conversation because I might know a guy who can provide a jolt. Hey, here goes my Calendly link. If it makes sense, let's go ahead and connect for a chat. If not, I'm still rooting for you. Hey, make it a wonderful week. It's your choice. I'll holler at you on the flip side. Peace. Boop. End of video. It's not scripted. It's just me talking from my heart. It makes a world of difference because everyone is sending written posts. If you don't feel good on video, which you have no excuse, my barber's mad at me. I don't have a best side. I told Igor, the videographer, I said, mission impossible. Good luck finding my best side. It's the west side. But you have no excuse. Funny GIFs. What's on your mind?
Question for you. How do you scale your outreach on LinkedIn?
I just do a lot of it.
Okay, so you manually do it?
I manually do that. Because scalable, no one engages with scalable. There's a reason why cold email gets what, less than 1% response rate? I can tell you when I send video messages, the data shows I'm getting a lot more than 30%. Actually, people generally send me video messages back. Oh, I didn't even know that you could do that. And I can show you receipts. I got receipts. Let's talk afterwards. I'll get to your questions. I promise I will wrap up. The opportunity is there on LinkedIn. You got to be consistent. If you're not consistent, you will not get results. You'll be like, Larry told me I would get results. Here goes what I mean by consistency. 2021, 97%. I was posting almost every day, a lot of posts. It went down in 22, went down in 23, went down in 24 because the algorithm, I realized that when I have a post that's hot, I need to let it marinate. Yeah, you won't find that in the dictionary, but we're going to let it marinate. We're going to let it simmer. Now, when we look at 2025 last year, I went nuts. 380 posts. Went absolute nuts. That's good for me, but the question is, what about you? Do you accept the challenge? If so, you're going to move and shake in a whole different way. The 383 reviews, sometimes I get sad and blue. That's my brag book. When I need a reminder of, Larry, you're doing great things, you're making great impact, I go to my LinkedIn recommendations. You can check the Carfax. You go to my LinkedIn profile, I think it's 5 swipes down, 382 recommendations. What will you do to stand out? Do me a favor, pull out your phones, please. And we'll open it up to Q&A. We've got exactly 4 minutes, but go ahead and scan this QR code. I would love to hear from you. It's an opportunity to share feedback. It's an opportunity to stay connected with me. I'd love to hear what went well, what resonated with you. What are those opportunity areas for improvement? I want to make sure that my program is better tomorrow than it is today. We'll come to you. I saw your hand raised, but I saw your hand raised as well. What's on your mind?
Well, I have 2 questions. You can decide which one to answer.
Yeah, give them to me both.
One is, you mentioned 92% of your business is inbound, but you talked a lot about your external outbound stuff.
Yeah.
What's the difference between the inbound, how do you get it, versus your outbound? And then my second question, you can choose which one, is what's the difference between moving and shaking?
Yeah, moving and shaking is just, there is no difference. It's taking action. Yeah.
But talk about the inbound strategy.
So my inbound comes from my activity. I mean, I'm a brand. Larry Long Jr. is a brand on LinkedIn. My wife is like, you think that you're an influencer? I'm like, no, I am. Companies pay me to promote their products, and yeah, it's.
So you're just staying consistent, and then the inbound just comes your way.
Yeah, people, no one needs a speaker until you need a speaker. Let's think about it. My biggest engagement was with Houghton Mifflin Harcourt, HMH. They published Curious George, K through 12 textbooks. I met a guy in 2022, Jeff Enoch, worked for a nonprofit that ended up getting bought by Houghton Mifflin Harcourt. It was in 2023, right around Thanksgiving, they were saying, hey, we've got a sales kickoff. We need someone who's gonna bring that dynamite energy. He was like, hold up, I know a guy. LL Cool J? No, that's the rapper. LLJR? I'm close. Larry Long Jr. They came to my website. I said, how did you hear about me? Jeff Enoch said that we need you. Okay. What's your budget? 20,000. Okay. Elizabeth, this is the big one. By me being out there, by me investing in relationships, you get out of it what you put into it. I do it every day. I do this each and every day. And here goes my strategy. When I make a post, I look for who's engaging on my post and I reach out to them with my B2B strategy. Not business to business, but belly to belly. I'm gonna get to know you, you're gonna get to know me, we're gonna have that relationship. And if you don't need a speaker or an MC right now, it's okay. What can I do to support you? How can I serve as a resource for you? Because next year when you need a speaker, LL Cool J, no, LLJR, Larry Long Jr., that's how this game works. From my perspective. That's just my 2 cents. It ain't even worth a nickel. What's on your mind, sir?
I was gonna ask, as far as time management, are you setting aside an hour to do all these manual outreach? Or, like, what are the KPIs around how many outreaches are you
Yeah, it's when you look at my, I think the iPhone tells you how much time you spend on LinkedIn. I'm investing a lot in LinkedIn. My virtual, I'm on other socials, but I don't, people are like, I love your TikTok. I'm like, do you? What is it? Because my virtual professional, she does my TikTok, my YouTube, my Instagram, my Facebook, what else? My website. She does everything else. LinkedIn, that's got the soul. Yeah, so I spent a lot of time. I mean, before I came on, I was interacting with people on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is my playground. My coach said, you're having too much fun. I said, it's getting me business. Someone said it earlier, it's great to have exposure, but exposure doesn't pay my bills. I think last time I looked, you could die from exposure. LinkedIn pays my bills. We've got 1 more minute. Was there another question? And I'm going to be here for the next 2 days. I'm here until Friday. So whatever I can do to support you, whatever I can do to serve as a resource, use me, don't abuse me. I'm here to help. And just ending on the ABCs. We talked about it earlier. Take action. Do something. Find one thing that you can take action. Don't do it alone. Find an accountability partner. Be bold. Be courageous. Be committed and move and shake in that whole different way. Bring the energy and make sure that you have fun. So I'm Larry Long Jr. I appreciate y'all. Have a great day. Stay jolted.